takeaway from this weekend moving into this week?
Okay, great week, really. Last week was good to be back in Diddle Arena. Good to have our team all there. We're kind of working through a bunch of sickness and stuff like that, and we seem like we're coming out of it. First, just want to say thanks to our fans for the support this weekend. It was phenomenal. What a great atmosphere it was, against Arkansas. Arkansas is the number 17 team in the country. Obviously, we went toe-to-toe and lost a close one, but I'm really pleased with how our team played there. And so we head into our last non-conference week this week, on the road at Austin Peay tomorrow night, and then 3 really important ones this weekend here in Diddle. We need the fans back out in Diddle. We feel like if we can get through this week unscathed, we're in really good shape, RPI-wise, and for at-large selections at the end of the year. So we need to finish this thing right here in Diddle. Questions?
I just want to start out with, I don't want to skip Austin Peay, but let's start with the tournament. Obviously, a name change to that, probably pretty important to everyone in the program. Tell me about how that came about.
Yeah, it was just, Alyssa Kavanaugh is always present in our minds and in our program, and we continue to just look for ways to honor her and remember her and make her part of the legacy of our program. And so the idea was thrown out to change the name of this tournament every year to the Alyssa Kavanaugh Classic. And, I reached out and talked to her family about it. They thought it was a really great idea as well. And so, it's just something that will keep her name alive here, because her spirit is certainly in our program. And so I think it's a great way to remember her every year, as part of our program and our family.
With dealing with the sickness that with all the past week and having to play, 3 games in the span of 2 days, 4 games in the span of 5 days, coming into this week, you said the other day that you're a bit behind schedule because of that sickness. How do you go about it when you haven't so many games in a short?
Yeah, it's really difficult. We need some practice time, and this week's really not going to afford it either, with us playing a midweek. Obviously, we have to go light today because we play tomorrow. Wednesday of this week will be our only real full practice, and that'll be coming off a game Tuesday. And, then Thursday you go light, and Friday you play twice, and, it's all over again. It's just the nature of it this early in the year. You hopefully you don't deal with all the things that we've dealt with. And I'm really proud of the resiliency of our team. Like, we're in really good shape in terms of what our overall picture looks like, considering what we've been through. And we've just got to get better. Our young players have got to improve, and only that game experience is going to help them. So I like playing a lot for those youngsters. I think they need it. And I just think this is a really pivotal week for our program. This is the week that if we finish non-conference right, I think we've had a great start to our season. If we stub our toes a little bit this weekend, then it'll be a frustrating end to the non-conference, part of this. And so big week. We've got to use our practice time wisely, and efficiently, and try to rest some of the vets that probably don't need it as much. And so there's a lot of moving parts in this thing right now.
Played 3 straight weeks of ranked opponents. Obviously changed the different. We didn't have State. You go 5 with Arkansas. What have been your main takeaways from us?
Yeah, I mean, we've played 3 top 25 teams in 3 weeks, and my biggest takeaway from it is we belong. Like, we played number 12 Marquette, and we beat them in 4. We played Penn State when I think they were 8th or 10th or 12th or somewhere in the country, and without our All-American, and we come out and take game 1 and play really well against them. And then, we play an Arkansas team last week that's only loss coming in was to the number 1 team in the country, 15-13 in the 5th, and here we sit in a 5th set with them. And so I think it's evident when you watch, we belong with the best teams in the country. And, our big challenge, as I've said, has been taking care of all the other ones. And that's what this week is. We're playing a couple really good teams this week, and we need to finish this thing right. But I've said it since day one. I really like this team. I think we're good. We've just been up against so many crazy scenarios so far this season, and I just feel like if we can lock arms and get through it, I think it's going to show itself as the season wears on.
How encouraging was it to come back after that tough one we saw the night before and get that win against Charleston?
Biggest hurdle that we've crossed all year. It was a big step forward. The Charleston game was the first time this year that in a scenario where we had to pick ourselves up after losing that argument like that, we didn't get out of here till almost 11 o'clock and had to get right back in here and play the next day. And those are the tests that this team hasn't passed so far this year, is when we're tired, when we're fatigued, when, can we bring it the next day? And that's what conference play is all about. That's what, we're going to have to play and then get up and play again the next day. We're going to have long road trips. We're going to have, so those are the challenges that I really am interested in seeing our team pass. And the Charleston match was a big step forward. And I'm interested to see how we handle ourselves this week, and because we're going to have another opportunity to do that with some quick turnarounds this weekend.
So you're dealing with some illness. Do you have everybody available this week, or some people?
We do now. Last week we had kids in and out of practice. This weekend we had everybody there. Everybody wasn't feeling great, but we had everybody there. And then, hopefully that's behind us a little bit and we can have a healthy week. We haven't had a week yet in our season where there hasn't been something we've been dealing with. And it's just, sometimes that's the way it goes in season, and we just have to persevere. And, when I walk in practice, I'm going to count heads first thing when I get there today to make sure they're all there. And if they are, then I think this can be a real pivotal week in terms of us taking a big step forward.
Does it help that you're only going an hour down the road for the road game?
Yeah, it is. It's a road game, but it's not you're just on a bus for almost an hour. And, I have a lot of respect for Austin Peay. They put a good team out there every year. And, so this week is a great week for our team. It's exactly the schedule we need to get to work on some things. It's the first week we will have all season where we're not playing a top 25 team. Although, Ball State has picked to win the MAC conference. Western Michigan's off to a 9-1 start on their year. I mean, we're playing some really, really good volleyball teams this week. But, it's just hopefully this is a big stepping stone, because beyond this week, we start with the top two teams in Conference USA right away in our first two conference weekends. And so it's been unrelenting for a while. And so, but that'll make it all the more sweet if we can get through this stretch, with our head above water.